This week we've run the 1 Million Chances Employability Week, which is supported by the CIPD and friends like me. And the week was really about raising aspirations within the community of young people and those in further education, making them aware of the wealth of opportunities here in Gibraltar, and trying to address the skills gap, but also perhaps any issues with lack of confidence in applying for jobs, knowing how to apply, knowing where to apply, and doing things like CVs and cover letters, things that as employers and HR people we see every day and we become very comfortable with, but can be quite daunting for young people. And we really wanted to address the fact that a lot of people in industry are telling us that they can't recruit locally for all of their roles, and they are looking externally. And there's such a wealth of talent here in Gibraltar within the young population that we wanted to really try to address that gap and do all we can really to marry them up.
Now, you spoke about the skills gaps in certain employment sectors. Can you tell us where you've identified that those skill gaps lie, in what particular industries, and what expectations there are that students and graduates will be able to meet those gaps in the market so that recruitment doesn't go abroad?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I think anecdotally we've heard from those in the gaming sector that it's quite challenging to recruit the entry-level positions, for example, things like customer service, where while they are entry-level, the opportunities for progression are really quite extreme, and you can go into a wide range of specialisms quite early, but it's often not necessarily a logical choice for people looking for that first role. So a lot of those companies are looking externally and bringing people in from either the UK or from other European countries, particularly perhaps with where there's a language requirement. But there are people here that could absolutely do those jobs and excel. So that would be something that we'd really love to address. I think in other sectors such as accountancy and financial services, again, there are some limited school leaver and graduate options, but there is still there's still a lot of recruitment through agencies from external sources that it would be lovely to think that wasn't, perhaps in the future that wouldn't be necessary, and that there could be just a stronger pipeline here from local students that are training locally.
Looking forward now, what's your next move? What's your strategy to make this an ongoing thing?
So like I say, this week has been a little bit mixed, and we would have hoped to perhaps attract a few more attendees, but I think we would like to look at whether we can just work even more closely with the Department of Education, who've been brilliant, but perhaps working more closely with schools. We've had some conversations with the youth service, who again are really interested. We've also had some discussions about whether in the future there might be something face-to-face, but also taking this online. People can find out at the click of a button what opportunities exist, what qualifications do they need, and how can they stay in Gibraltar and contribute to the wealth of talent, so that our local businesses don't need to look elsewhere quite so often. That would be the ideal.